This is Roxrite. This is Lilou. Two world champion b-boys turning their cameras on the world's greatest b-boy crews. This is the Crew Code. Established in 1983 in San Francisco, California. The crew, Renegade Rockers. West Coast b-boy survivors who've passed the culture down for 4 generations. The code is tradition. And this is an inside look at the underground culture of b-boy crews.
On the Battle Kings footage.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good times. Shit.
Jump.
Yeah.
I don't know. Checking out this battle clips, man.
Sit down right quick.
It's one of our funnest battles.
Classic City Night stuff.
Going back to the 83 into now going 4 generations, we're still active.
We had no idea where it was going to take us or where it was going to keep going.
Renegade Rockers were like the San Francisco Giants or the 49ers. We carry the attitude and the style of this city. There was all that gang influence around us. We still carry remnants of that.
It all originated from the gangs, how, with the gangs, how they used to initiate new members that really wanted to be in the gangs, but this was different because this is about dancing. So we used to get together, form a big circle. You want to be in Renegades, and you want to be a renegade? Show us you're a renegade, because that name holds a tradition. It holds, a standard of dancing that was, unparalleled back then.
Whilst Renegade Rockers still recruit now the way they did back in '83, they pass on other traditions in their style, advancing the art of pure b-boying from footwork to freezes. Fielding originality becoming diluted and shifts towards open for all public practices. They keep their crew practice sessions closed as they train the next generations to carry their legacy.
That's not good enough. Your legs need to be higher. There you go. Yeah.
That shit is dying.
It is.
Like people don't learn their traditional, regional, local styles. Everybody's just learning from what they see online, and then they don't learn about their local legends or their local styles of breaking.
Yo, shit has changed out here on the West Coast. From my generation to your generation today. You gotta be well-rounded. It's not just about the power moves or crowd pleasers. You gotta have that foundation.
Kind of keeping it alive and carry on the tradition. Styles that people have passed down, some of those styles might get lost.
You gotta have everything. You gotta have the style, the character. You gotta have the dance.
It's almost kind of like
A brief timeline.
a brief history. Try to think of it as like a presentation to like a somebody at Best Buy that works there.
Renegade Rockers was founded by these OGs that managed to keep it going through the 80s.
He did it. He was the mastermind. He took the best guys from the rival crews and made them work together.
And when people heard the name Renegades, they'll be like, there's fear, like, did we practice enough? Oh man, these guys are gonna take us out. We would get together before a battle and start doing this kind of football routine where we would line up like soldiers and just pump each other out like bam, 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 bam. And other crews would look at us like, man.
And Ak was able to pass that torch on to the next generation who dumped gasoline on that fire.
As the 80s architects handed down their principles, Renegades revamped in the 90s, ushering in a golden age. But for how long?
When I became a renegade, that's when my life changed. Forever. This is where everything started for us. This is where me and Politics actually met. Nasty ass floor right here. So this floor, where I learned how to do head spins, 1990s, windmills. A lot of bruises came from this floor, from this part.
Early 90s, 93 is like when we had the opportunity to get down, along with Wicked and, Jazzy J.
They were the two key members of the crew kind of leading us into battle.
That's Jazzy there.
We became brothers, basically, practicing every day, rehearsing every day.
We just, we wanted to battle together. We got an opportunity from Little Caesar to do the Radiotron. Big place where everybody used to, go to dance, but it was a competition. We're just out of high school, and that was like our first real trip out of the Bay Area. Went down to LA, and they were bugged out by what we did. It kind of like that's where things started for us.
That just started to buzz, and that rang, I want to say that rang around the world.
It was always felt like something that was meant to happen, man.
Little did we know that we would, change the world with this event.
What happened the next year?
The Radiotron, the aftermath, we lost that battle. Renegades versus Style Elements. Really just depressed about it and just, had to regroup, and it was tough, a tough loss because we felt like we beat these guys. Jazzy, it was a weird phase. We kind of stopped talking, we kind of stopped practicing together.
Jazzy J breaks the news that he'll be leaving.
There was always like these transition periods when you kind of felt like crew members were like starting to move on with their lives, whether it be with personal issues or whatever it was.
Little did we know that we inspired a lot of people in the scene, inspired a whole bunch of crews, which we didn't even know. Jazzy, he was one of the main reasons why Renegades is where we at today because of him. He was that other game changer. He was a playmaker. So without those guys, our crew wouldn't be successful and as inspirational today without them. But shout out to those guys because they never really got their shine. Hey, life happens, and hopefully someday we can get them back on the dance floor.
Jazzy J and Wicked early on, what people have gotten to know them by watching footage of battles, that was only a fraction of what these guys were capable of doing. It was mind-blowing. They were so far ahead of their time.
With the crew in a tough transition at the end of the 90s, underground legends disappeared, leaving them in the shadows of the past. It was maybe time to overcome and recruit a new generation to evolve.
And I'll never forget, when I saw Politics dance, I was like, that motherfucker's a renegade. I never seen someone dance so freaking pissed off and wanted to destroy the opposition. This dude was on fire, man. And I was like, man, that is raw. I haven't seen that passion in the dance floor in years. This dude had it, man.
From 2000 and on is when I had a regular industry job. I was a mechanic, and I broke my lower back at work. From then, I've been considered permanently disabled. For me, it's hard because, dancing was my life just like everybody else, like all of us. And it was kind of taken away from me. You guys do keep me going. Yeah. It's important.
Sure. Yeah, like that. So you go after the opposite.
Politics was the thread that was able to keep everybody functioning as a unit, and he was able to bring on this next generation, the third generation.
This one, Battle of the Year, USA, Rox, you're in this one. Check this out.
Dang.
Look at the kid.
Oh shit.
2005. On the boat, we were on the Queen Mary.
Almost 10 years ago this August.
Whoa.
After the fact, the aftermath, Renegades was kind of unfortunately in a standstill until you came along, Roxrite, you know, you rebirthed the whole crew basically.
Some people can get caught up in the whole, you know, what one person did in the crew and the other people can't live up to the expectations. What I think you did was, yeah, people talked about that whole thing. Yeah, what happened to what, you know, we're getting jazzy or whatever. But not that you didn't care, but you built your own thing, which is crazy. You know what I mean?
Tradition of carrying on that approach and just what they had established, I felt it was heavy on my shoulders to know that I have to carry on this legacy of what Renegades has been for all these years. What they had done was so inspiring to the world that we had now reached the world, because that's the one thing they didn't do. They didn't travel abroad and battle everybody abroad as much as we have done in the last 15 years, you know?
Now with the younger guys, what we're really trying to do is carry on the same type of tradition, trying to help them keep our torch lit, keep our family tight, not just let anybody in type thing.
Renegade Rockers. They're still active today, now training their 5th generation to keep the tradition alive.